welcome.
Yeah, we got the camera back. I guess one of my ports just went south on me. Hey, anybody here? Happy Mother's Day to everybody who is watching.
Yeah. Well, your audio's a little bit choppy.
Hello?
There, up there you are.
Am I back?
You're
Am I
you're
back?
back.
Hello.
You're back.
Check, check, check. Credit card. Check, check, credit card.
You're back, Mr. Magnus. How are you doing?
Oh, not too bad. We had a good Mother's Day over at my mammy's house anyway.
Nice.
We those that are still in the area, we all chipped in and cooked a big meal. I made a big lasagna, great
Oh,
big 30-inch pan.
nice.
It's nice, yeah, all
Nice.
homemade. And then my sister made a big fancy salad with uh, like snap peas and little cherry tomatoes or grape tomatoes and
Hmm.
3 or 4 different dressings. And my son made a homemade chocolate raspberry cheesecake.
Oh,
It's phenomenal. It's the first time I've heard him talk about it, but I've never got to sample it because he always made it for his mom.
okay.
But they weren't having anything for his mom, and I was like, "You ought to make one of those for Mimi." That's what they call my mom.
Okay.
And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, I can do that." And he went over there, and I was like, "My God, that looks fantastic." And I took a
Nice.
bite of it, and I was like, "I ain't never gonna be a skinny man. It
Nope.
just ain't gonna. It's not in my stars." And then my daughter made some sort of I think she called them billionaire cookies,
Okay.
and it's like a layered. It almost looks like a cheesecake again, but it's a cookie, and it's
Okay.
got some sort of a flavored graham cracker crust, and then it's got like a nougat in the middle that's like 100% sweetened condensed milk.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, it was rich, and then it's got a chocolate ganache on top of it, and yeah, dude, come on. Well, I'll bet there
Wow.
was 25,000 calories per plate at this house tonight.
Wow. The Children of Primus says does not endorse diabetes. Good food,
Well, we probably all got it.
yeah, good family food. You can never say no to it because you never know what the future will say, but you enjoy everyone as you have them. And Mario, welcome Mario once again, and always happy to see you in the chat. Says hello, Children of Primus. I hope most of you had a very good Mother's Day, and I hope you did as well. I know my mom passed away some years ago, so it's I get to celebrate Mother's Day with like anyone else's mom. That's just one of those things. But for those who do have their moms and last minute, only because I've been moving and everything, I figured today we'll talk about moms within the Transformers franchise because there are some moms. I mean, some that are recognized and some that are kind of overlooked. And Fear and Impactor, how are you guys doing?
Good. Just finished some lovely homemade pizza, courtesy of my wife.
You know, you
I
know
got
Mac.
some Italian soda here called Brio. I don't know if anybody else knows what this is.
Mm-hmm.
It's extremely bitter, but it tastes like my childhood.
There you go.
Well, and Impactor, how are you doing?
Check, check.
A little bit good.
Oh no, your mic's cutting in and out there for a second.
A little bit good.
Hello, hello.
Yep, we got you.
There we go. Well, today is Mother's Day, so I figured
Mm-hmm.
we'll speak about a few of the mothers within the Transformers franchise. But I know before we get to that, do you guys have any reveals that you want to speak about?
Next time. Next
Yes,
time.
I know we're
I,
holding on to that one.
Yeah,
let me see if I have any stop motions I made. I'm right now scatterbrained. A lot of stuff is happening right now.
Oh dear.
that's life. I'm
Oh.
still taking
And you
photos
all
for
hear
everybody.
this.
Yes.
I won't be able to
Wait,
hear
what?
you, but can you hear this? This is a voice changer that's in this mask.
Nice.
No, what? No way. That is a relic. What you
I
have in
didn't
the
even
mask.
know it was in it. I
Oh,
just started
Premise,
taking
that
it
is
apart.
Is
a
it?
This
relic.
is the mask that will become the Ultra Magnus mask.
nice.
And
Interesting.
as I started
Oh, if you
taking the
can.
visor off, I found a voice changer inside of it that nobody advertised.
I'll be right back. I
Man.
gotta mute myself.
So if you should try to leave that in because that's like fully sounds like. Yeah, you should try to leave that in there because that fully sounds like the G1 voice processing.
Mhm.
Well, it's right in the point that has to come out for this to be an open mask. See, this part will be removed for Ultra Magnus.
Mm-hmm.
Haha. Jest. Ha ha. That's funny shit. Whoops. That's funny. It's funny stuff. Funny stuff. That's good. That's good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and save that though. Tracing it back
Yeah.
to see what parts of it are actually molded into this thing and if any of it can be removed carefully.
Mario also says, "Fear, Courage, and Impact of Productions. I hope you two had a good Mother's Day."
Yeah. Oh, we did all of our stuff yesterday with my family. Just so all the relevant mothers could relax today.
Mm. And James Coleman, welcome, James. It's been a while since we've seen you. Says, "Happy guys, hello guys, happy Mother's Day to you all. My mother passed away in 2008 from lung cancer and dementia. My condolences for the loss of your mother, Spin, and my condolences to you as well, James. I know it's
Oh yeah.
it is hard going through when when you lose your mom, and especially to those conditions that it's like almost everyone, a family member or friend, is dealing with that in some way or another. But I'm glad that you are here and hanging out with us today.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so one of the reveals is thanks to my dad, he went to Walmart and got me this. I have my very first Blokey.
Oh, at first I was trying to figure out what it was. Oh, that's one of the bigger ones, right?
Yep, one of the
Is that,
Blokies inside the big box.
yeah, because they didn't do blind packs for movie guys yet, except the
Wait.
Transformers One guys.
Eyes glow.
Oh, he does the light up thing.
Yep. And you wanna know what's even more messed up? Look at
I
this!
call that messed up.
He comes with parts to make it look like he got stabbed by Scourge.
Oh yeah, because it's the Rise of the Beasts version.
Interesting.
They had to do that. Well, you know what? Might as well just dismantle my Bumblebee a little bit and give him the parts to make it look like he's impaled.
Because they did a blow.
He also came with these, actually, these flame pieces, which I have started to use in stop motions because these are actually good-looking flame pieces.
Oh, those are very cool.
Oh yeah, you can never have enough effect parts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I enjoy
Yeah,
how it
grab
comes like this.
Yeah.
This is how I grew up with building models. That is how I grew up. Alright, let's just pull out all the parts. And let's dismantle a chest and a face.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't built any of the bigger ones because I've just been getting the blind packs whenever I go to my comic store because it's just like a little impulse buy because they're so small and cheap, right?
Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that one line, which if it would be interesting to look into. I think it's the world's smallest Transformers, but I think cost wise, it's still pretty up there. But it would be cool to get like the entire line of whatever characters are available, just because of the sizing. You could really scale it to a lot of larger characters.
Oh yeah, that's the That's the thing, right? They're just kind of working their way through the whole G1.
He has
cast
been
from now on.
impaled.
Oh, okay. Oh
He
gosh.
he only comes with he comes with half of Scourge's blade.
So yeah, so I guess then if you have the Scourge Blokey, you can just attach that to him, so it's like an effect thing.
Wow.
Yeah, it's two separate chess pieces. One extra chess piece that has the spot to plug in the. Let me just pull it out. This piece.
I support the killing of Bay vs. Bumblebee.
I would agree, unfortunately, with that. So you wouldn't get mad at me if I ended up breaking one of them?
I think it's mad at nobody right now. I'm fixing to cut this mask into pieces.
Oh, goodness.
Raw
Oh,
materials.
speaking of Baver stuff, actually, I have
I'm just
been
trying.
working.
Haha, I have the microphone.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh.
You found it. But speaking of like
Yeah,
things,
there's all-
basically.
There was
Oh.
a whole hidden slot with all the wiring.
Oh,
That's very
Interesting.
cool.
I'm interested to see how deep the rabbit hole on this goes.
Mm-hmm.
and
Well,
as
I'm gonna try and save all the controls. I found the controls over here on the side.
Oh, interesting.
Oh,
So there's
okay.
there's the switch.
Mr. Magnus, if I had to go off this idea in my head, with you are trying to turn that into a Magnus head, do you want to have a mouth on it?
It's gonna have my mouth on it.
Oh, well, as I'm saying, basically, with how you're...
I'm removing this and this. And then I will
Ah.
fiberglass all of this to look like
Magnus.
this.
My goodness, that is the NPM Magnus.
That's part of my reveals today. Not him.
Also,
He's been in the collection for a while. I just got some upgrades for him.
Oh, that's a Studio Series one, right?
Yes.
No, that's the... oh, wait, right. Also, speaking of... Sorry. Shall I finish what I was saying?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep, go ahead.
So with me trying to do a bunch of Dark of the Moon stuff, I have been going over myself to build sets. So I've been just taking old construction toy parts, basically, and then building, like, pieces of rubble. For an instance, this.
Oh, nice.
What else? This.
Just like wreckage for the characters to exist around.
Nice.
Pieces of broken glass. But this is where the fun stuff comes in. So, who here has seen Dark of the Moon?
Yeah, I have.
Do you recall when the Wreckers arrive and tear apart that poor Decepticon?
Yes, it was very messed up, like a lot of things in that movie.
Do you recall seeing a, like, train, like, whatever, freight train, like, sideways propped inside a building?
Not especially, but I believe it was there.
Yeah, I built an entire train.
Okay. Oh, so you're
Nice.
literally using, like, set photos and making replicas of bits.
Yep, I'm going, and I made a body double. So,
For the
this...
train?
Yep, it's gonna be like I'm building a bunch of the stuff so I can recreate and make it accurate because a few people from like let's just go off this. There are a few YouTubers who actually made like the Dark of the Moon scene back in 2011, and let's just say they used like every prop that existed. They used model trains and a bunch of other random stuff basically that was not Legos. Besides the little minifigures of minifigurines, basically the characters. Like, that's how in-depth these people were into making these things back then.
Well, you know, it's impressive because it's impressive when someone gets into those details because it's not just for the sake of creating an art for just create the basics of the art. They go in depth and not only create the main part of it, the background, and in a sense, it falls into like, you know, an image is like 1,000 words. You look at the image, you look at the set, and you know that they put time into it and all the details that that connect to the main part of the story. So it's quite impressive that you're doing that as well.
And also with other things among that, I'm also doing stuff to improve figures. So for Dark of the Moon Roadbuster here, I have a duplicate of him. So I took that duplicate. Let me see where I left this piece
And
of.
cut his arms off.
No, I didn't cut his arms off. More like I modified
Yet.
some of his upper body. And I'm not going to cut off his arms because I only have one duplicate. Let me find this part. Here it is. So this is my old Dark of the Moon Roadbuster torso that I basically stripped
he
of
cut his
everything.
legs off.
Oh no, his legs are right here. This is the custom
So he-
painted stuff from a long time ago. So let's
the
just.
Fresno Nightcrawler version.
So what I did here, so let me just remove off the limbs off of this one and put them onto this one. So like what I'm doing here is, no, I'm putting them onto this one.
Modify is the word. Retrofit.
Yes, I retrofitted these. And look, just like the other one, I slid off the entire front torso and just like this one. This one's custom painted. This one's not. So I switch everything here and let's just get his tires fixed. Come on. Everything is difficult with me today.
Well, while you're working on that, I'm gonna throw our topic, which relates to Mother's Day. Mothers within the Transformers franchise, and I would say within the collective we have on the screen right now, we kind of have knowledge of the diverse range of different shows. I know most of us knowing Carly, later becoming the mom for Daniel, but there's, from what I found, there was like 5 other moms, one that barely had a reference, and I'm guessing Fear and Impact, you probably would know of those characters a bit more. And let's see if I can pull one of them onto the screen, or actually, or all of them.
Oh, I was like trying to rack my brain for as many examples as I could think of, but you got examples. All right, you came prepared.
Yeah.
And I now have Roadbuster set up here. So this is the old torso. Let me just slide on his thing. This is the old torso right here. Well, the newish torso, not painted. You see how all this is still here? I took the old one, so all this is still here, all this kibble. I basically chopped off all that kibble.
And it's not on the arms.
Nope, not on the arms. Now basically his legs can fully move back, which I'm happy about. And everything else on him is perfectly fine. I wish I didn't customize and paint this. I mean, now granted, I did a good job for the time when I did it. I did all the whatever black shading and all that to make the figure look better. And tried my best. Then again, I disliked it, so now I have all my records unpainted.
Well, you gotta start somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to developing the skills.
Well, I did, and well, back then, so this was before, so like I never would have bought any of these 3 basically, or gotten these 3, because of me unfortunately losing my Studio Series Roadbuster. That led me to basically buying them, and now basically I love the original toys, because if I had to be honest, the original toys are slightly better than the Studio Series ones.
Interesting. Because I guess they had a higher budget back then, but also they were less screen accurate, so it depends on what you care about.
Well, screen accuracy, so this is the thing with screen accuracy on the old figures. Half of the old figures have some screen accuracy and half of them don't, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And if I had to be honest, somehow they were able to get the twins' CGI renders somewhat close to their original toys. And I'm referring to the Dark of the Moon twins. Now, granted, Topspin's entire ghetto here with his whatever dreadlocks on him with all of his dreadlocks and all the other stuff that's on him, half of everything else is accurate to the robot kibble that he has, because all of his tires and where they're placed, like the feet and the tires, like the tires right here and the tires up here are all accurate to his original appearance in the film, along with how he never used his hands. He actually gets his full-on claw hands, and his backpack is well kept, just like in the actual film.
You know, you know what it is. Why some of them wind up accurate and some don't. With the movies, they have to have the toy line locked in 2 years before the film comes out if it's going to make it to stores. So at the point where they're actually making figures, they have a script and they have concept art, and that's what they have to base everything off of. And sometimes concept art changes, and so that's why, when a lot of movie figures come out for a new movie, they're sometimes not terribly accurate because they only had like 2D art to go off of that was like not even necessarily the final designs. And one of the selling points of studio series is that it can be accurate now because it's been years and they know what the finalized designs are, so they can base their stuff off of that. And that's not just a Transformers thing. Every line of figures based on a current movie operates the same way.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah, because you can make an entire movie inside 2 years. You can be editing a movie up to like a couple of weeks before it hits theaters.
Right.
But the figures, they got to be locked in like 2 years previously so they can get them manufactured and shipped out.
Right.
And that's how we ended up getting the surprise that the twins are going to be in the Dark of the Moon film, but then everybody decided to get rid of them.
2 years before Dark of the Moon came out, when there was just a script and art, that script had the twins in it, and they had art for what they were going to look like. So they were like, well, obviously we got to make some figures of them. And then 2 years later, they're just like, dang it. They're not even in the film anymore, and we have these figures of them that we put out.
Yeah, I got Skids here first, and then I got Mudflap. Both of them complete. And then at TFCon, I bought both of their OTF figures because I prefer their original figures over the Dark of the Moon figures.
Well, Toy Warp hanging out in the comments section says, "Remember to like the video, everyone." And thank you.
Yes.
And also check out Toy Warp Vintage Reviews on YouTube and Impactor Productions on YouTube. Like their channels and their videos as well. And
ever seen somebody review a tent? You can now.
Oh, sorry. Say that again, Fear.
I said, ever seen somebody review a tent? You can now.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, I watched that video. Oh, yeah. That was fun. Also, speaking of other figures, they re-released Jazz in Dark of the Moon, which was confusing.
Oh, yeah. Well, the thing about... those first three movie lines, that's back when everything movie-related automatically sold like hotcakes. So they were just always looking for more stuff to put on shelves. So they were like, let's re-release Jazz and do that translucent color scheme and make it an exclusive. Just put it out there, just to have more movie things on the shelves.
They did Jazz once, which was that one I have, the first one. Then they did Movie Edition Jazz, which was a bear paint scheme and came with his the gun that came from the Battle Damage Jazz. Then they did Battle Damage Jazz. Then they turned Jazz into Smokescreen and painted him blue. And then they painted Jazz.
The G1 Colors version too.
Oh, the G1 Colors too. And then after they did that one, then they did the Black Pontiac Jazz, which is a representation of his Decepticon color scheme in the What If the Autobots Lost the Battle of Mission City. Like, if you guys have ever heard of the comics, it's a comic book series that was released back in 2007 that was dedicated to what if the Decepticons won and the Autobots lost.
Yeah, Twilight's Last Gaming was the name of the story.
Yep, and Jazz was re-revived, except he is now, in a manner of speaking, a Decepticon, and his color scheme changed from gray to black, and the entire toy itself looks exactly the same as the comic.
Now, over in the comments, Mario is asking, I'm wondering if you guys are going to mention on RuPaul's increasing the prices, however they put them on pause.
I'm happy about that. I'm praying whatever happens with all that crazy presidential crap ends up making sure we don't have to deal with it. because I'm gonna be close with the other Facebook groups on we're not gonna buy toys from Amazon if they are not willing to lower the prices after this.
Yeah, that
Dude, there's hundreds of people saying we're not gonna buy toys from them if they don't change
I'll
it.
admit, I'm not super up on where things currently sit. I know that on the 9th, all the pre-orders on Hasbro Pulse were they already said that we're going to pause all of our pre-orders, and they did, supposedly because the price adjustments were coming. But like now, who knows? And up here in Canada, it doesn't really change much.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And
the um, Big Bad Toy Store, like I said, they kept true to their word. They did not raise price. They did not lower price. Their price stayed the same. And again, that's, in my opinion, that's your best place to buy from. Due to the fact that you can cancel, they don't take your money up front. They take your money from the behind. And,
That sounded wrong.
well, I mean, it's true.
it
They're going
is
to get
true.
you in the end.
They're gonna get you. Now, this question ties into what everyone is talking about at the moment. Right before we get to our topic, Primetime Stephen Joyce, welcome Primetime once again, and then do like and subscribe. Says, "What's up? What is a better way to get rid of my collection on eBay or what's up?"
I have never in my life heard of somebody selling their collection on
That
Instagram,
is
so I don't even know.
never.
Mhm.
I don't even know how that works.
Though I would be willing to check out your collection and see if I could get something.
Facebook Marketplace, there's a lot of different buy, sell, trade forums for this, and you can just post them there too. I've sold a few things that way. Back when Twitter was the dominant social media thing, I would post things up there and just have people DM me. Again, you're arranging shipping and stuff. The absolute best way is to have a table at TFCon and bring your stuff there, but there's a lot of you got to be able to get a table and
Mhm.
be sure you're going to make your money back and stuff. So, I don't really use eBay. I know that it's like the most convenient system, but also that takes a big chunk of fees to get it like done. So you
Mhm.
might make less profit that way. I'd say Facebook Marketplace and on either Twitter, probably still, or Blue Sky if you want to make a sales thread.
And
That's my recommendation.
So if
And it-
you've ever wondered what a Bayburst Prime looked like with his head ripped apart,
Oh
oh gosh,
goodness, that looks horrifying.
that's
Bald
something.
Optimus.
Why does that look like the Iron Man helmet?
Yeah,
You
kinda.
cannot tell me that looks like it.
That is
It has the
something.
shape from the front, especially.
Yeah.
I guess that is true. Iron Man is a inspiration for Transformers.
Before I get to other comments, to tie into to what Fear said in terms of where's the best place to sell the collection. And I know Magnus knows this group. One group, Transformers Liberated, one of the Facebook groups that we're all a part of. They're one of the safe groups to join if you want to sell, especially selling. Because unfortunately, there are still people who use their personal Facebook accounts, with their jobs posted, basically where they live, friends and families, and they'll still scam people. So,
Oh yeah.
you'll be on there, being genuine, selling your collection. Someone will say they want to buy it, and at some point the transaction falls apart. They're not sending the money or this and that. But do your due diligence to go through the groups and see which groups have the honest sellers, because and honest buyers. Since in this case you'd be a seller. Transformers Liberated is one of them, but there's a handful of others where the transactions are pretty smooth. Like everyone who's buying, they list their prices honestly and the figures honestly, and the sellers same thing. So check out. You really got to do the research on it, just so you don't get burnt or anything goes left in the process.
100%. Even if you're not using a group, you're just going to list it on your own Facebook page, whatever. If it is a transaction that is not happening in person,
Hmm.
PayPal goods and services,
Correct.
you are insured. You are protected. They are protected. Do not let them talk you out of using it, no matter what the excuse is. Oh, my eBay, my PayPal's messed up right now. Oh, I don't have that account anymore. Well, then open up another account. If you want
Oh, yeah.
this deal, you have to use PayPal goods and services. Period.
Yeah, not friends and
Frankly,
family.
any
There are
sort of
there are
haggling
people,
about the
these people right here on the screen with me, I would trust with friends and family.
yeah,
Chris
Correct.
Labrador from Transformers Liberated, I would trust with friends and family. In fact, I do. One of the things that I've got for show today, I got from Chris. Anyway, PayPal goods and services is the only way you do it. You are protected on your end. They are protected on their end. There is no reason not to. Yes, it costs 3%. Oh, no.
Mhm.
Not 3%. For the peace of mind that it offers, the 3% is well worth it.
yeah, pretty much. Anybody saying they don't want to use PayPal is automatically a red flag to me.
Yeah. My mom has, ever since I accidentally, oh my gosh, my stories of me accidentally buying stuff when I was young and stupid is crazy. But back then,
Last week?
every time. Say again.
Young and stupid, what? Last week?
That's too easy.
Not last week. I'm referring to when I was 4 or 5 and didn't have a brain. Well, I did have a brain, just not fully developed and didn't understand the concept of money.
Oh, so last week.
No!
As I said,
I am 14. There's no physical way I can degenerate myself by like 5 years.
5
collect
years.
Transformers for long enough, and you'll degenerate yourself.
I like the 5 years. That's some good math you got going on there, mate. You don't play Dungeons and Dragons, do you?
What would be cool is this video stays up and then say like, sometime in the future when time travel teleporting devices are all possible, they look back at this and be like, you guys were the basis of it.
I already told myself that I'm gonna go back in time and fix myself.
Mario is Impactor. He's just come back trolling with us.
I mean, after all, that is true. After I first joined your guys' stream, I kept coming back. Also, to follow up with other things, I finally figured out how on earth to transform this side swipe.
Oh.
The one that drove through a crowd of people and now his front is red.
No! And then, I don't know if I showed this side swipe yet, but this is the other one that my mom got for Easter. Scan series side swipe.
Oh yeah. It's not going to show up too well there in this lighting, but the whole thing is he's partially transparent, so it looks like he's scanning into his form.
Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
I wish I had my Nerf gun with me because I've turned on the light before by shooting my Nerf gun at the light switch.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. You can see he's clear from the back.
Yeah, this is why, with seeing this toy right here, this is why I'm telling myself I'm not going to buy Dark Moon Ironhide unless it's at TFCon and somebody's selling him for super cheap. Because I'm now going to, instead of buying that figure, since Hunt for the Decepticons Ironhide got reissued in that toy line for the Scan series figure, in a manner of speaking, he is considered a Dark of the Moon figure. So I'm going to buy the Revenge of the Fallen, well, not Revenge of the Fallen, Hunt for the Decepticons Ironhide as my new main Ironhide this summer.
Cool. Now over in the comments, James Coleman has a funny comment. Says, "I'm getting tired of Galvatrump and his Magacons."
Yes.
That will be a whole stream in itself. So, but
yes.
Many of us agree. Diligence, welcome Diligence to the stream. It says hello, and also referring to when Magnus held up the mask, how it looked. He says that looks like Optimus.
Yes. More like this looked like Bobby's death.
And to tie into what we were saying, to what Prime Time Stephen Joyce had mentioned. He says, I'm getting rid of about 500 figures, all newer stuff
Oh.
from Combiner Wars to stuff now.
Hey, quick question, Prime Time. Do you by any chance have a Combiner Wars Protectobots Rook? Because I am trying to get him.
Yeah. I'll say one thing: with that many figures, you're gonna want like multiple postings grouped by like toy line and sub faction and divided as many ways as you can.
Right.
Don't just say like big lot of Transformers. You got to get like granular.
And I mean, with that amount of Transformers, I mean, I guess it's a question of how soon are you looking to sell them? Because depending of your location, if there's any popular toy conventions coming up, either a TFCon that's close to you in the upcoming ones, or any popular upcoming toy shows, possibly see if you can be a vendor, or what's the word, combine with another vendor. Because with that many figures, maybe it might be easier to sell them in person. But I mean, but as Fear also mentioned, like, sell them as a lot, but then also, you'd have to categorize and individualize like all of them, since it is quite a bit. But he did respond to what you said. He said yes.
Man, I actually might have to end. If he goes to like any of those Facebook groups you guys were talking about, or any of those places, I'll have to end up searching him up, because I'm right now on a roll of buying Combiner Wars bots, because I have now decided officially that I'm going to search hard and wide for Scrapper and Bone Crusher from 86, and I am going to buy the 86 Devastator as my sole plan. My dad has seen. Sorry.
I was gonna say I've seen them both in stores a couple of times, so they're out there. They're in the wild.
They are in the wild. My dad saw like 6 or Dad. How many Scrappers did you see at that time when you went to that Walmart? Like 3 or 4. Wasn't many, but most likely 3 or 4. And
You're
then,
talking about SS86 Scrapper.
yes.
You're talking about the SS86 Devastator.
Yes.
Okay, put that on there, because when you said you were looking to buy an 86 Devastator, I was like, I got 2.
Wait, what?
I don't know why you'd want one when you've got these that are out there, but yeah.
He thought you meant vintage 80s Devastator from G1.
I meant not G1. Okay, this cat dislikes me.
Okay, so for Mother's Day, the 5 mothers that I did find, let me just bring them fully up on the screen.
What'd you get your mom, Impactor? Hang on, let's get this out of the way right now. What'd you get your mom?
Oh, there you go.
Mother figure! Give me like 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
I think you got him in trouble. Okay, Fear.
Mm-hmm.
Of the 5 mothers that I have listed on the screen, how many of them do you know of?
Ooh, interesting. Okay, so
I know the one on the left.
Yeah, that's the mom from Earthspark. I don't remember her name right now, but she is like a forest ranger. And then in the middle, you got Carly, season 3 G1. On the bottom, you have June Darby from Transformers Prime, who, for some reason, was always in nursing scrubs, never changed out of them once.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who that is on the top right.
That's Spike's. That's Sam's mom.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is it the same actress? I guess I didn't recognize her.
From me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
But who's the one at the bottom of her? Because I've never seen that one.
gosh, I'm trying to
Carly.
figure that out. Oh, I think
Isn't it?
that's okay. I'm going to take a wild swing. I think maybe that's Jean's mom from Transformers Victory? Question mark.
Jan's mom.
Jan's mom. Okay.
Yeah.
I only ever saw it subtitled. I don't know what they actually called everybody.
Yeah, you basically got like all of them correct. For Earthspark, her name is Dorothy, or they call her Dot. the mother of Robbie, and I seem to have misplaced typing that word. So she's the mother of two of the children in the show.
Yeah.
Then there's Carly Witwicky. Initially Carly Spencer, but then married Daniel, so became Carly Witwicky. Judith Witwicky from the Bayverse movies. And Jan's mother, as we mentioned, June Darby from Prime, and then Dot from Earthspark.
There's a lot more, especially if you start factoring in the ones that aren't human.
Well,
My mom will be soon coming over here.
Okay, cool. Well, I was gonna throw that over to you because, in a sense, what other mothers are within the franchise?
Technically, RC's been one a couple of times. In the rebooted IDW comics, the ones I love that get really deep into the world building, the way things work there is, a new Transformer is born from the planet's core, and then two people are designated their mentors. So RC and Greenlight in that comic are raising a young bot called Gage.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's been one in that universe. If you want to just talk the live action movies, there's Charlie's mom from Bumblebee. I don't know if they gave her a first name or if they just called her Mrs. Watson.
I totally forgot about her. Okay.
Yeah, the over the talkative nurse with a passed away father who's trying to marry a new guy, and Charlie is not reacting well to that, as most kids would be.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Noah's mom from Rise of the Beasts, who's working hard to keep her family going.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just speaking of the films, and I mean, throughout the Unicron trilogy, all of those kids also had parents that we'd meet now and again.
Okay.
Can't remember them offhand, but I know that Rad, the main human kid in Armada, his parents are both scientists, and they work at an observatory because that came up in an episode.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just thinking a lot of kids in this are played as only having dads, because main character in the 2001 Robots in Disguise anime only had a dad. The main kid from the 2015 Robots in Disguise show also only had a dad.
Wait, I thought already 2015, not to 15, 2001, his mom was in there. His mom made the
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, his mom made the appearance like 3 or 4 times since his dad was captured by Megatron for like half of the series.
I just forgot she existed because she didn't have a role in the show, really.
She didn't have a major role, but she did get seen multiple times.
Yeah. Gosh, I need to watch that again, especially in light of recent stuff.
Oh, yeah, speaking of that, back a while back, so speaking of breaking arms, I was trying to transform my RED 2015 wedge, and the arm snapped complete off.
Yeah. Well, is it like a clean break, or is it the kind of joint you can just pop back on?
It's a clean break, but where it is basically, I need my dad to melt a piece of metal into that thing, so it would be
nah.
No, this is Mr. Magnus. This is the thing. The arm itself, where I had it, it's a super stiff joint. So because look, it's on a swivel joint, back and forth motion like this, and with how it moves and all, with how everything is working, it's weird. And I believe sooner or later my mom might be hopping on here.
I think Magnus is going to find an example, and we only have we have less than 15 minutes.
Whoa, really? Jeez.
Yeah, we're already at
things flew by.
I know, 8:46 Eastern time, and Shiva Kobe in the comments, and I think the ongoing joke it gets funnier because now back from super ultra mega super duper Costco run, and last week got home too late to see the stream. I got slingshot Agent of Primes last week.
Mm-hmm.
My mother is now here.
Must have them downstairs, but just Google double bubble blister epoxy.
Double bubble makes epoxy.
It's called a double bubble blister epoxy.
This is my mother.
Oh, hello.
Hola.
Hello.
This
Hello,
is Mr.
Mrs.
Magnus.
Impactor.
How's it going? And happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you very much.
Cool.
She is, well, one of the reasons why I have so many Transformers.
She is
he
the
speaks
reason
very
why
highly
you
of you.
are around. Period.
Yes. That also.
And so Mr. Magnus asked Impactor, what did he get you for Mother's Day?
Back massages and foot massages.
Yeah, he's pretty good at that.
Very cool.
How old are you?
Well,
14.
Okay, you got 2 more years. You got 2 more years of the coupons and the stuff around the house. Once you're able to get away from the house, you got to up that game a little bit.
Oh, trust me, I have plans.
This is what I have to look forward to, all right?
Well, trust me, Mom, I have some things planned, some things up my sleeve.
He's giving it 2 years.
That sounds somewhat diabolical. Well, in the comments, James says, "Hey, I know them." And Shiba Kobe says, "Hi, Mama Impactor."
Hello, Sheba Kobe.
Of course, my dad had to be in the comments.
And also says, I made my mom like $50 worth of cabbage rolls for Mother's Day that I made yesterday. Very nice.
that's so unique.
And James Coleman says, happy Mother's Day to Impactor's mom.
Thanks, Mr. James Coleman.
Not to mention, Mom,
Yeah,
what's your favorite series again from Transformers?
Prime.
Yeah, this person right here is why I know Transformers Prime down to the letter.
Nice.
Oh, that's
I mean,
lovely.
I'm from G1 era, but I wasn't like into Transformers when I was a kid, so Prime definitely stole my heart.
You know, and a lot of us, like myself, agree with that too. Like, out of all the franchises that came out, I put Prime as like a very close second place to G1, and like it was just really well put together. I found.
I have these foundational memories of my early relationship with Jess, who's my wife now, where she was watching the show, and she sent me a video message like freaking out when Ratchet was on Super Energon and punched Megatron in the face, and Megatron was like, "No, baby, I bleed my own blood," as she put it. She was like, "Anthony, you're not gonna believe what happened. This happened, and this happened, and then this happened, and then he punched him in the face. He punched him in the face, Anthony. He punched him in the face." Important core memory, you know.
Let's just say that is how I exactly acted. Also, not to mention, I'm very close. I actually did a stop motion of that entire thing where Ratchet went Super Saiyans and destroyed a bunch of Decepticons.
Oh.
Yeah, also, I was close. So last night, I was actually close to doing him punching Bulkhead through a wall. I was very close to doing that scene.
So,
Oh, I thought like he'd frustrated you in real life, and you were actually just going to punch him through a wall for some reason.
oh dear. So your James says, I spoiled Mama Impactor proper today.
Yes, my dad did.
Shiva Kobe says, my mom and dad love cabbage rolls you buy in the store are almost always made with beef. So making them is the only option with pork and turkey because her mom is allergic to beef.
Oh, interesting. That's that makes it make a lot more sense. That's very touching and thoughtful of you.
And James Coleman says G1 rules.
G1 does.
We had a big family like brunch yesterday with at my sister's for like my mom and her and everything. We also got some flowers, but on top of that, yeah, we all just made things and brought them in, and like we brought cinnamon rolls and.
Oh my goodness!
That is a look. It's called fashion. Look it up. That's what he's saying with that.
There you go. It's working.
That is perfect. That's gonna become an Ultra Magnus helmet.
Oh, nice.
It starts from here.
Yep. And James says, I'm a huge one fan. Saw the animated movie in theater at age 11, and now we are And now we are Skybound Energon Universe fans.
Oh yeah, I'll always be a big proponent for everybody reading that. The first two trade paperbacks of it are at the library that Jess works at. So I'm like, look, they're out there. They're in the wild. Everybody read those two books.
Ooh, might as well ask this. Did anybody go in and trying to get the Transformers Compendium set that came out?
No, I did you see my rant about why I didn't want to
No,
go
I did
in
not.
on it?
Were you not here? I guess that was a TelaTraan 2 episode, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a TelaTraan 2 stream.
Well, let's just say I ended up getting it, and we're going to have it by December.
Actually, I'm glad somebody is having.
I
So,
hope
no,
you enjoy it. I
We're
hope you
going to
enjoy
see what
it.
happens, because this is the fun part about it. So with how it's filled with everything, my dad's given me a mission. When we get it, I'm going to make my own spot-on Transformers off of all the comics.
Now, which version did you get? Did you get the one where it's... I don't remember, because there were two different ways it was collected. The one where it's 2 books of all the American stuff, 2 books of all the UK stuff, or is it the one where they mixed them up so the stories are in release order?
I'm not sure, though. I'm pretty sure.
Grimlock.
It'll be a surprise
Grimlock.
then.
We got the Grimlock one.
Yeah. Again, I'll have to check which one was which.
Yeah, he's looking at it. I don't know. I just asked them what they wanted.
Well,
Yes,
both are good.
we have forgot the most important mother though so far. I haven't heard it mentioned yet. Because a mother creates. So there's 2 other mothers out there.
Mother Nature.
Starscream created the Combaticons.
Wait, what? I don't know.
Starscream created the Combaticons, so therefore he is their mother. And Grimlock created Computron.
So those are the 2.
Well,
but then are you also saying that Wheeljack and Ratchet are grandmothers because they created
created
Grimlock, who
Dinobots.
then created Computron?
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
there's like
right.
3
And
generations.
then 3 generations. That's right. 3 generations of moms.
Okay, that just got crazy there.
Yep. Well, we got
Yeah.
about
Think about it.
2 minutes left and one
Okay.
comment.
Anthony, he just answered your question.
Cool. Missed your rant about the compendium. We supported the Kickstarter. We got the big one called Grimlock that has all 4 books and the Autobot stretch goals.
Interesting. Yeah. By the way, like, just so we're clear, the reasons I didn't want to get it were like really granular, nerdy stuff. That's still the best way to get all of those stories. So by all means, I'm glad one of us got it. I'd be interested in seeing it once it comes in.
Oh, it's going to be exciting. It's supposed to come around maybe Christmas.
Nice. Well,
Yeah,
that's
that makes
perfect.
sense.
What in the world is wrong with my screens?
Oh dear.
Where did y'all go?
We're here. We exist.
Also, before
Yeah,
we leave, I was scrolling
There
through
we go.
I was scrolling through a bit of Reddit. Somebody actually had images of Scavenger and Mixmaster on Devastator, the A6 Devastator. And from
Yeah,
what
I've seen
I've
that.
seen, they look good.
Nice.
Especially how
Yeah,
they
so
did the good thing and didn't use the backwards Mixmaster truck. And here is my dad.
There's the whole family.
Yep. How's it
Well,
going?
the 3 of them. The 2 other siblings are not as much in the Transformers as I am.
All right. Well,
well,
before
thanks
we,
for having me on. I look forward to tributing everyone here for Father's Day in the future.
Also, for a slight fun fact, actually, my mom was listening in to every stream that I hopped in, actually. And she is actually one of the other reasons why I enjoyed also hopping in here, because if my mom agrees with everything, then it also gives me a slight good check mark to enjoy this.
I support Children of
Oh, yeah.
Primus.
My parents
Thank you.
sometimes listen to this too. Yeah, and all yes, so thanks.
yeah.
He said what he had. I'm trying to bring up the HasLab, but I am not finding. Can you not look at?
I think we'll bring it up for the TelaTraan 2 stream. We have
Okay.
like a
There
minute
it is.
left in this. Impactor, do you have any stop motions that you want to show for this stream?
Oh, wait. Okay, this is the best thing why I enjoy pulling up my channel. Before things, I have posted one of my newest stop motions, so might as well quickly share my screen and get to this video. So everybody sees my channel, correct?
Mm-hmm. Well, now we do. Yeah, there we are.
All right, let me get to the video. Also, the Wrecker's Death stop motion now got to 1,000 some views.
Oh,
So this is the test that I did with the Bumblebee movie sensor.
Oh, yeah. Smooth.
it always so smooth.
Yep,
Yeah.
I was able to get him to run correctly without having to use a flying stand.
And it's always because, like, you have to really, really understand how the transformation works before you even do that, because you got to then be able to convey it in little steps through motion. I'll be transforming my figures, and I'll realize I forgot to step, like, 3 things back. You can't do that when you stop motion, you know?
Right there, actually, where I have this actually on my thing is where I used my hand actually to hold the figure. So with how his part is out of crop basically of the camera, I just used my hand.
Oh, I wouldn't even notice. You just had a frame holding it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I
That's really
enjoyed
cool.
hopping on stream with you guys. I hope you guys all enjoy your weeks. And it'll be exciting to see what happens. And it's not next week, it's the week after, and see what we're talking about.
Well, happy Mother's Day to you, Miss Impactor.
Thank
Yeah,
you guys.
Mrs.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and cool saying hello and also getting the shirts a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
really
we
thankful
all,
about
as I
that.
said, wore them in the con. And
I
it-
still don't have them.
Wow.
Have
I
to
feel
speak
special.
to management.
Don't rub it in.
They don't make them in adult sizes.
Look, I have never in my entire life had 4 of our family members, from 2 adults to 2 different children, wearing the same size T-shirt. We all squeezed into a large. Whether it was too big or too small, we rocked them at that con.
Nice.
That's interesting.
I would look like something out of an X-rated movie if I was in a large. I'll wear a 3 to a 4X depending on where it's at. Yeah, I have a 58-inch shoulder base.
I like it a little bit looser myself, but we made it work.
Cool. Well, happy
Sounds like someone
Mother's
dropped
Day.
a toilet spot.
Happy Mother's Day to you. Happy Mother's Day to all of our moms
Thanks,
that are
guys.
here, that are not here and within the franchise. And as we're gonna jump over to our TelaTraan 2 segment, we say to all are one.
To all one and
All
right in
are
room.
Or one.
We now return you to the Children of Primus.